You're listening to Stories to Create with your host, Cornell Bunting. Author, motivational speaker, and founder of ES Each Episode. Cornell sits down with inspiring voices to uncover the stories that shape who we are and who we're becoming. Get ready to listen, learn, and be inspired. The show starts now.
You ready?
Hey, Kim, where's my nephew? Is he okay? He asleep? Okay.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Yes. Welcome to another episode of Stories to Create podcast right here at ES Club. I'm your host, Cornell Bunting. We're in the building today. Listen, before we even start the kickoff song, I got to tell you guys, man, the founder for Roses from Concrete, who's doing an amazing thing here in Southwest Florida, is now in running for the Miss Corporate America Florida. It's going to be a beautiful thing. So whatever she requires of you guys, we need you guys to all get behind her so we have her win this thing, because I'm telling you, she's big deal. She's making major moves. I am talking about none other than my lovely Sharetha Davis. Welcome to the show, love.
Good morning. How are you, beautiful people?
Oh, my goodness. Listen, I got to tell you guys, anytime you guys are on the road and you hear some noise in a car, this is possible Sharetha making up some noise with, of course, one of our very own big artists out of Jamaica, Miss Shensia. we gonna rock out for a little bit, yeah? Before you get into the tale.
When I wake up, thank God for life. Look in the mirror, say, bitch, I'm the best.
Oh, yeah, I be rocking out in the morning. My son comes in there and looks at me like, Mom, it's 7 o'clock. I was like, it's okay, get up.
You doing it.
It's a beautiful day.
He's like, we ready to go. We're doing this.
Right?
We're doing this. So, for a lot of you guys that been saying, hey, we couldn't hear that interview that you did with her back so good, you're welcome. Now you guys get it again. You're welcome. Hey, you can't really blame me, though. We gonna put 100% blame on Sharetha.
I lie, you tell. Man, them no. I asked him, are we good? Yeah, we're good, man, we're good. I said, okay. I listened to the interview. I said, Cornell, I sound like I'm in a train. It's okay. We got a lot of views. It's okay. I said, okay.
You know what happened, people? We did the show in an outlet down in Bonita. And my engineers in the UK, they said, bro, we'll get it sorted out. We'll get the noise out of there. It's going to be good. Put it out. I think we had gotten like over 300 downloads already. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is not good.
Mind you, I've been working with Cornell for like maybe 10 years on and off.
This is true.
He's interviewed a lot of people. The first time he interviews me, can't hear nothing. I'm like, okay.
Well, the beautiful thing is today they get to hear the lovely Sharetha today.
Loud and clear. Can you hear me? Hear me?
This is good. So, what we want to do, Sharetha, of course, for a lot of the listeners and a lot of the followers that's been craving to hear your story, take them back a little bit on, where you were born, grew up. What was that like?
Okay, so I grew up right here in Southwest Florida. Mm-hmm. I come from a family of loggers. We were the first black loggers out of Henry County, which is LaBelle.
Okay.
My dad's from Georgia. My mom's from LaBelle. I grew up with my mom and my dad. I was the middle sibling. I got my way a lot.
You did, huh?
I did, because
you were spoiled.
I was 12 years apart from my brother, and then I was 11 years apart from my baby sister.
Okay.
So it was just all me in the middle for a while.
Okay.
So yes. My mom and my dad, they had a trucking and sod company. So Clemente Park is actually dear to my heart because my dad did the landscaping there.
Oh, nice.
So
That's a beautiful thing right there.
Yes. So, and with me, it's like I have a background in nursing. I've been in nursing for over 2 decades now. I have my bachelor's degree in public health education. I didn't think I would be an educator until I start having kids. And
like it ain't important until the kids start happening now. Oh.
because, my son, it's like, I was working at the hospital and I was like, okay, I got to put my son in daycare. I'm like, okay, how's this going to work? As a first time mom, like you hear horror stories about taking your kids to daycare. So I left the hospital and started working at the daycare facility for a year.
Look at you.
And Josephina, Messina, I love them to this day. The administrative, Miss Tammy, Miss Yolanda, they are family.
They did good.
Because I wasn't always on a straight, narrow path.
Right.
I'm going to say that, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So I did get in a little bit of a trouble, but when I did, they made sure my mom had everything she needed for my son. Everything.
Now, we want you to take the listeners in the high school, the rebellious Sharetha.
Why you telling them my business?
we just gotta help them understand just a little bit of who this lovely, energetic lady is. Because when you step on the stage, you make sure everyone know that you're on the stage.
Yes, I do. And it's a beautiful thing, and it's a curse at the same time. But in school, I was that well-rounded person. I was an athlete. I went through every phase possible. I was popular and known, but I didn't click up. Even now, I did not click up. Like, you would see me hanging with, like, the golf group. You would see me hanging with, like, the cheerleaders. And I hated cheerleading.
Wow.
I refused to be a cheerleader. I was like, you're so hype. I said, I'm not getting out there. No.
You ain't coming out with the pom-poms.
No. But I supported my cheerleaders. Go Lehigh Lightning.
Yeah.
So, I stuck up for, some of my classmates as well. And I was sometimes a bully at times.
Wow.
So I was just like all over.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
So because the dreads happened later. So what kind of hairstyle was you rocking back then?
Oh! Listen, I'm going to be real with y'all. Yeah. My mom had me in a Jerry curl till 6th grade.
No, hold up.
Till 6th grade. I had a Jerry curl. So
you had the curls.
I was born in 85. Okay. So you can only imagine. It's like you have to see. Listen, I'm gonna send you some of my one picture. But I had a Jerry curl.
You were like this in the mornings.
Let it shine. Listen, I was like Coming to America. When you sit down and I got up, you see the wet spot in the back, but baby. It was It was popping though. So, as I'm getting older, I'm like, everyone's like, Sharetha, you still got Jerry curl? I'm like, yeah, I still got my Jerry curl.
This was after Jerry curls was done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because my mom had one.
No one gave you the memo. You and your mom.
No. No, and it wasn't until they did school choice.
Okay.
Because all my schools I went to were in Lehigh Acres.
Okay.
So Lehigh is this small country town a little bit, kind of rural area. So everybody knows everybody.
Right.
So they were already used to me. It wasn't until we started migrating with the kids from Fort Myers that I knew my Jerry curl was not it.
That was not it.
No.
Yeah.
They was like, Sharetha, I'm like, yeah, what's up? Like, girl.
No.
So got rid of Jerry curl, and then as you know, we all had that fan ponytail stage and shortcuts. I loved my shortcuts. So, but yeah, I was always that one that would wear like a pin. Boss was my brand, like when I was coming up. So I would have like the pinstripe suits and like the pinstripe skirts, and that was my thing. It's like, Sharetha, where are you going? I said to school.
Yeah.
Like.
I'm a statement today.
Yeah, and my mouth got me in trouble a lot. It got me in trouble a lot because I was very vocal. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, but it's just the way that I think some of my superiors took it.
Right.
I was a hothead.
So you were spicy.
I would react and then think about it later. Wow. So at one point, I wasn't allowed to go to any Lee County schools.
What did you mean? Wow.
It's called Success Academy now. It was called ALC when I flipped the desk. But this is why I focus on youth development.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you, I have learned a lot of stuff as I was growing up. And I was a child. I didn't have to want or need for anything.
Right.
But I still was rebellious.
Yeah.
And I still had to go through my things as a young teen and trying to find myself.
Right.
And then the kids I focus on these days, they have a lot going on at home.
Oh, definitely.
I didn't deal with none of the things that they deal with at home.
Right.
So when they come into that school setting, when they come into that public setting, they may react to certain things in a different way. It may be a trigger for them.
Right.
Me, I just didn't care what you said.
Right.
I'm going to do what I want to do.
Right.
I had a problem with authority. And it's crazy because now that I have my son who's 12, he's a part of Police Athletic League.
Right.
He knows like the sheriff, the chief. He knows like the sergeants.
Yes.
Me on the other hand,
Yeah. There wasn't it.
They better not say nothing to me.
Oh my goodness. When did you feel like, in high school, like when did you feel like you want to go into nursing? Like what was that? Or in the medical field, like, when you left school?
My mom is a nurse.
Okay.
So it was only natural, I
Right.
guess. And I'm a very compassionate, caring person. I've always been.
Yeah.
Like I said, in school, it's like I had some of my friends that I would protect from being bullied.
Right.
But then sometimes I was the bully on the other side. And then I would kind of check myself and be like, I'm sorry I was mean to you. I don't know
Right.
why I was mean to you.
That is pretty cool.
So
You was apologizing to people?
even as an adult,
Mhm.
there is some, I don't want to say damage, but I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even as an adult, it's like, and I'm going to be 40 in a few months here, but I was probably like a year ago.
Yeah.
I had a real heart to heart
Ooh.
with someone and
Yeah.
we cried and everything. And she was like, da da da.
Okay.
I was like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I was going to say that had to be a female because I don't know if,
The guys,
like-
I was knocking them left and right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Just like that.
Oh, pop, pop. Yes.
Ooh.
This is why I got in trouble a lot. Because of my hands. I wasn't.
You was putting hands on people?
The reason they removed me from Lehigh Senior is
Yeah.
because I got into it with one of my exes. We were
Oh.
in band.
Okay.
We were in band. So, he's over there just, and I'm like, I said, did he say my name? Like, nah, he didn't say my name over there with them girls. He ain't talking about me over there with them. He said my name.
Oh my goodness.
Like, what's up? Why are you over here talking about me? Well, Sharetha, if you're just that mad, hit me.
Oh, he asked you to.
Yeah. So it was an invite. I entered. You guys, come on. So that's how I ended up at ALC.
Hey, kids, if someone asks you to hit them, don't hit them, okay?
Don't do that. I do. Listen, I know you guys are like, she's a Girl Scout troop leader. Yes. This is the reason why I'm a Girl Scout troop leader is because I can sit there and I can relate
Yes.
to the children. I'm not I wasn't a straight child. I wasn't a straight arrow child.
Right.
Even as an adult, I wasn't straight arrow. It's like I had my ups and downs as an adult.
Right.
But this is what makes me a passionate leader
That's
with my
beautiful.
troop.
Yeah. I love
Because they look at me and be like, oh my gosh, Miss S, this. I said, oh God, Miss S was a mess.
Yeah.
So don't sit here and think that what you see now,
Right.
I've always been this way.
Right.
This took time and understanding of myself.
Yes. I love that.
So yes.
I love that. So, now you're out in the work world. Obviously, you're not trying to become a parent or anything at this point because you want to...
Oh, who? What'd you say?
She's like, I don't want to become a mom yet. But
I got 2 kids.
I know you do. But I'm just saying, when you got into the work world,
Mm-hmm.
when did you first become mom?
When I had my son.
Well, I get that. But
But
I'm just saying,
that's
you was
really-
in the work world already.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm saying, obviously, you didn't care to become a mom yet when you had entered into the work world.
Oh, no. Listen, I was supposed to be the rich auntie. I was
Ooh.
supposed to, my whole thing, because I didn't have my son until I was 27.
Right.
So I had laid everything out, y'all. I was supposed to be the rich auntie to take trips when I get off
Right.
work. I'm flying over here, I'm flying over there. And then I'll get my little nieces and nephews
Right.
when I'm free and get them some of the money and send them back home to their mama. I
Right.
was supposed to be the rich auntie. But
That didn't.
I became the community auntie. And I'm perfectly
commu-
fine with that.
There you go. It's
I'm
a good-
perfectly fine with that.
It's a good move right there.
Yes.
Community auntie is always very good for the ones that are not being as good parents to their kids. So that's a beautiful thing.
And sometimes what I've noticed, it's not even about them being good parents. It's about them being providers.
Right.
Times are so hard right now.
Oh, yeah.
Especially, for our single family homes. Mom has to make sure the lights are on. Mom has to make sure you got some food in your stomach.
Right.
But sometimes mom's not going to be there.
Right.
Because she has to provide. Same thing with dad. Like we have single dads.
Right.
And they go through the same struggles. And then we even have 2-parent households.
Right.
And everybody's working 2 jobs.
Yeah.
And they're providing for their kids, but they're not physically there to emotionally provide.
I know my brother's going to get on me about this question, but because normally we would probably have a guy answer this question, but I want to get your perspective on this. Why you feel a lot of these guys walk out on their family?
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Every young person carries a story of hope, of struggle, of dreams waiting to rise. But in too many underserved communities, those stories go unheard.
At ease, Inc. Everyone has a story. We believe every voice deserves a chance. Through mentorship, empowering programs, and storytelling workshops, we help you discover their purpose, strengthen their mindset, and build a future they can be proud of.
From classrooms in Jamaica to communities across Southwest Florida,
ES is changing lives,
one story at a time.
but we can't do it alone. Join us, become a mentor, volunteer, donate, help us fuel the next generation of leaders, creators, and change makers.
Visit ahas.org today, because when you help a young person share their story, you help them change their world.
Are we talking about our demographics or in general?
We can stay general.
General? Okay. I kind of think it's responsibilities. That's how I look at it, because again, it's like I grew up with my mom and my dad.
Right.
They were literally till death do us part.
Yeah.
I think it's responsibilities, because when you are starting to create, everything is good when it's just you and the female.
Right.
But when you start procreating and having these other little humans around it,
Right.
you got to feed and be responsible for.
Yeah.
It puts stress.
Yeah.
It's stress. But I think it's more so they're not ready for the responsibility.
Right.
And I don't want to sit there and say that, some people say, oh, I can't stand my baby mama. And I'm like, no, because at one point you liked her.
Right.
You liked her enough to sit down and have a child with her.
This is
so you
true.
can't sit here and tell me you can't stand her.
Right.
Maybe you can't stand the responsibilities that come with her now.
Right. Right.
So.
Wow. I get it. Fellas, you guys will get a chance to, we'll get into that all that other stuff right there. So, but with a lot of what you've been doing, you've ventured into the corporate world, some would call it, and then you decided, you know what, I want to become my own boss. Like, I want to do my own thing.
I never want to be a boss. I want to be a leader.
I like that.
Bosses do not listen. I don't want to say bosses don't listen. Bosses feel like they know everything.
The title bosses, just so you guys.
When you hear the word boss, they know everything. So I have to ask them. A leader, the one thing about a leader, we are always teachable.
Right.
And we always want to learn.
Yes.
Because we're not scared to pass
Right.
the baton.
Right.
We're not scared to move.
I
Even
love that.
with my team,
Mhm.
boss lady, don't call me that. I'm
Yeah.
out here working with you. We
Right.
work together.
Yes. I love that. And you said something, that is, I think, hopefully for you guys, take that in right there. That's a nice little gem for you guys to understand the importance. Because I do feel like sometimes individuals get put in the positions that they don't necessarily qualify for.
Right.
And they get in there and they just go ham. They just discombobulate the whole situation. Right? And you got to deal with it. I'm sorry for all you guys that have to deal with that. But, you got an opportunity to work with a lot of different youths and, of course, parents and stuff like that. Would you say a lot of the kickbacks came from what that looked like, working especially in, like, some people would say the underserved communities?
So I have always done programming, community programming, but I've always looked at how the programming is going to be structured outside.
Right.
Once I had the opportunity to work with a local public housing community, I understood the family inside.
Right.
So that gave me a true understanding of what programs I really need to do and what the focus needs to be. Because we can have this one child and we can have them for 4 hours a week and focus on X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. But internally, he's going home to riffraff and this and this and that.
Right.
What can we send home with him for the parents to help him succeed?
Right.
Because that's one thing I've noticed with our kids. It's like the kids I work with, like you said, underserved communities. To a certain extent, but it's more so the kids, you don't see them.
Right.
Because of the positions of the generations before them. So they're not in the light.
Right.
So my goal is to go into the dark rooms and shine a light.
Yeah.
Like I love all children. I want them all to exceed, but I want those ones that we won't see.
Right.
That we won't see on a normal basis.
Right.
Like with my children, I put them out there.
Right.
So I'm not looking for someone to necessarily be like, okay, let's shine a light on your kid. Let's shine a light on your kid. No. How about the ones I work with over here?
Right.
Because I'll be able to shine the light on them.
Yeah.
Let's focus on the ones that we can't. We have to get outside of our social network.
Right.
And look for the ones that deserve the light.
So with a lot of movement that have happened, the last couple of years, kind of, shedding light on inclusion and what that look like. You think we're almost there with a lot of this younger generation coming, like, embracing adversity and what that look like?
It's hard.
Yeah.
Do I think we're almost there? No.
No.
I
We're
don't.
a little
Because
ways, huh?
we are a little ways, because even within communities, you have that social separation.
Right.
So whether you're white, black, purple, or pink, you could be pink in the same community, but you're pink and you were raised over here.
Right.
So they're not going to bring you over here because you're not in our social status. So we have, as adults and parents, we have to break that cycle.
Right.
We have to stop, like, just putting the stereotype. It's like, you're in this social class and you're in this social class.
Right.
Children should not be divided that way. Children
Right.
should be able to integrate with one another.
Right.
That's why I focus so much on the youth, because as adults, we are kind of already set in our ways.
This is true.
And we're stern on our ways. But with our children, let's be like, hey, let's go over here. Here, they're quick to say, oh, I don't go on that side of the tracks. Oh, why not?
Yeah.
I don't feel welcomed. Well, I feel welcome wherever I am, wherever there's breath, wherever there's air and I can breathe, I feel welcomed.
Yeah.
That's your mindset. Don't put that on the child.
Right.
Let them go over there.
Right.
Let them explore different things. Let them integrate with other children and vice versa.
Yeah. I like that. Now, with you entering into this pageant that that's coming up for you to give you an opportunity to represent this area and surrounding areas, how you feel this is something that could, show individuals, this is something beautiful, or this is something that other young ladies can look up to and want to be a part of?
For Miss Corporate America Florida pageant, I want people to understand that there's different types of pageants.
Yeah.
So let me explain to you what Miss Corporate America Florida is. It's a national pageant. So all over. So I'm only going for preliminaries for Florida so I can see if I can get to the national title.
Right.
But they focus on women in business in the corporate world, but not so much as what you're doing in the boardroom, but what you're doing for your community,
Yes.
like your capacity building, your connections that you're making, your intentional
Yes.
connections, because people connect with people all the time,
Right.
but they have no intent to do anything.
This is true.
Like
This
you
is
sit
true.
here like, we're going to do this and we're going to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Then they do it. Now what?
Right.
There's no follow up. There's no consistency. You're
Yeah.
just doing something just to say you did it.
Right. And as I'm listening to you say all that, I gotta say, I'm really impressed with you just when you talk about boots on ground and like, some people would say, someone throw me to the wolves. I'm not gonna know what to do. I gotta tell you, my whole team was blown away with you. We threw her to the wolves, people. We took her. When I tell you, we were serving over 1,000 families. And we had over 100 volunteers. I don't remember, 130 something volunteers.
There's a lot.
But there was a lot of people that was like they're in like a panic mode. Like they didn't like, I don't know if I'm gonna do a good job where but you were in an area where you don't know nobody there, and you made the adjustment where everyone. It was like you lived down the road.
Yes, it was a few times. They were like, who the American there with the black shirt and the pink iPad running around barking orders? I'm like, how you doing? I intentionally wore a black shirt. Everybody had on yellow.
Yeah.
I intentionally wore a black shirt because I wanted people to be like, that one right there with the black shirt and the pink iPad. Go talk to her.
Yeah.
So Cornell's like, she's the only one in the black shirt. I'm like,
Yeah.
they gonna find me. I bet you that.
That was good. That was good. I was really impressed with that. So that's a big leader. That's a leader move right there. That was just beautiful.
For me, it's about connecting with people.
Yes.
No matter where you are, no matter what language they speak,
Right.
you connect with people.
Yes.
It's like, this is what I'm here for. This
Right.
is what the objective is. And I'm going to move with intent.
Yes.
So it was easy for me just to be like, okay, this is what we're doing. Boom, 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 boom. Do you understand what I'm saying? They look at me. I was like, I know you know what I'm saying.
Right. Right. I had a friend ask me the other day because, I came to America 2000. And you used to see those things where you see people driving the older car with the big rims. And you would think after a while people would have moved past it. But
Yeah, it's a Florida thing. What is you talking about? Listen, so true story.
yeah.
The box Chevy
Yeah.
is now an antique.
Yeah.
And I love that it's able to have a blue tag on it because those cars with the big rims
Yeah.
and the paint and the music used to be box Chevys. And now they're antiques.
Now they're antiques.
Yes!
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, box Chevy was back in my day. So, yeah.
We getting it done. Now, with like the rest of individuals that are in the pageant with you, do you get an opportunity to communicate with them? And,
yes.
Yeah?
Yes. That's one thing about a pageant. I know we are competing. It is a
Right.
competition,
Right.
but it's an opportunity to network.
Yes.
It's an opportunity to grow your network. It's an opportunity to showcase the organizations and the community engagement that you do. And maybe someone that, regardless win, lose, or draw,
Right.
it's a win.
Right.
Because you're in a room with people you would not have been introduced to anywhere else.
I love that. We've done events and we've used Roses from Concrete, but for individuals that's hearing the name for the first time that don't necessarily understand what that's about, what can you tell them?
So Roses from Concrete was inspired by the late Tupac Shakur.
Mm-hmm.
He was an advocate and a philanthropist, and he was a revolutionary one at that. And he was a musical artist. And it reminds me that beauty can come from the most hardest circumstances.
Right.
And regardless if you have a few scratches on you, regardless if you're leaning to the side a little bit, you still made it through. You still made it through. So for me, I take that feeling and I put it into my work.
Right.
So I work with nonprofits and I help them with their community engagement and their intentional capacity building. I work with organizations that focus on youth development. And I also work with women in business organizations that help women grow and thrive. And I storytell. And the way I storytell is through production and videographer services. And people are probably like, okay, she has a whole team. No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I have a good structured team, but
Yeah.
everything I'm expecting them to do,
Right.
I can do.
Right. That's
So if
beautiful.
I have my person coming out there shooting a drone,
Yeah.
I'm like, I can do it because
Yeah.
they're looking at me like, you're telling me what to do. No, well, I'm telling you what I know I see,
Right.
but I can show you too at the same time.
Right.
That's what makes a leader.
Yes.
You're still willing to learn.
I love that. That's a beautiful piece about you that I really like. And one of the things that I would love for you to touch on, with different organizations doing what they're doing and still trying to understand how can they be effective communicating to this new generation that has a very short attention span.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to them on as far as patience go?
You got to have patience. We have to have patience with the next generation, this generation that's here, because everything is instant for them.
Yeah.
It's even with me. I think I had a flip phone.
Yeah.
You know what? I remember my mom she had a black Celica. It was a 2-door. It was so cute. She had music in it. And she had a car phone.
Okay.
So it's like kids these days, these generations, they want everything so instant.
Right,
I want to be a millionaire. It's like, I want to be a content creator.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know what steps do you take to be a content creator?
Right.
Oh, well, X, Y, and Z is doing that. I said, okay, but they're also consistent.
Right.
They forget that they have to be consistent because everything is shown to them instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Like even, I have my iPad. We can just pull up stuff right now. And they're
Right.
like, oh, there we go, Miss S.
Yeah.
Like I'll have my Girl Scout troop and I'll be thinking of something and they'll just type it. It's like, here we go, Miss S.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. And I forget. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I can do that too.
Everything's at your disposal.
Yeah, they don't have to look in dictionaries anymore.
Yeah.
They don't have to sit there and break down the sounds of a word because they can type it into Google and ask Google how to pronounce it,
Right.
which is a beautiful thing.
Oh,
but we
definitely.
also have to get them out of that instant
Right.
because what if everything shuts down?
Right.
What if we have to go off the grid?
Right.
What happens?
Right. Some people say, back in the day when you're on punishment, you get sent inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
Now when you're on punishment, they telling you to get out the house, and it's like a whole reverse now.
Yes,
Why?
it is. With my kids, it's like they know I get out my house.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got to get out. You got to
Yeah.
go. Take your
Yeah.
friends with you. Go.
Yeah.
And
Do something outdoor.
yes, and the thing about it is kids don't understand. It's not being shown to them that it's
Right.
fun to be outside.
Right.
What's
right.
being shown to them, it's fun to be inside and play all these games and ask your mom for V-Bucks
Right.
and all this extra stuff. I'm like, what is the V-Buck?
V-Bucks.
Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Mom, can I get some V-Bucks? You mean $1?
Now, as a mom, what's your favorite meal to prepare?
My favorite meal to prepare, curried lamb.
Ooh.
So my daughter really enjoys the curry lamb, and my son does too. So I'll do it with some cabbage,
Okay.
with turkey, with
Okay.
smoked turkey in it, and I'll do it with some rice and peas. So I'll do the pigeon peas though.
Okay, so because you got this Caribbean culture going on, how much of this Caribbean culture you like about like the different islands that let's say we use the top 4 largest islands in the Caribbean. So we got Jamaica, Haiti, Cuba, Puerto Rico. Those different islands, you like a lot of those type of food, like the culture of...
I am an international cook. So funny thing about me is people thought I was Jamaican for a long time. And I'm not. I'm actually Trinidad and Tobago. And I found that out like 5 years ago. My sister was doing our ancestry DNA and she inboxed me. She was like, here's our ancestry DNA and we're Trinidad and Tobago. I'm like, oh, it's on and popping. I went and got a big flag. I'm like, Ma, we got to put this in the yard. She looked at me. She's like, I will not. I said, why? I said, why? She's like, you put it in your apartment. I said, no, it's not going to work that way. I need to put it in a yard. For me, it's culture.
Yeah.
It's community. It's being able to sit there and say that this group of people has this type of culture and these type of traditions.
I love that.
So like with my kids, like my son thought he was Haitian for a while too.
Okay.
like he played soccer for a while in
Yeah.
Miami, so he poked dang.
Yeah.
One year he thought he was Haitian, the other year he just knew he was Jamaican. I
He
said, baby,
just-
he's
yeah.
like, no, Mom, we're not.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Messiah. I'm like, okay, like, I'll just leave you alone.
You just shattered his dreams. Yeah.
So, and then I started talking to him about our bloodline, that
Right.
we're Trinidad and Tobago on my dad's side. And he's
Yeah.
like, okay. He's like, and I showed him like carnival. He's like, Mom, we going to carnival? I said, yeah, we could do carnival.
Yeah.
So my son is very adventurous like that. But for me, it's culture. So when I say the islands, Jamaica was the first time I've been to Jamaica was with you.
Yeah. Wow.
And I went for work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm thankful that I went for work because I have a friend and she's on the celebrity side of things. If I would have experienced Jamaica with her,
Right.
which I'm still going to do that,
Yes.
I wouldn't have appreciated the culture so much.
Right. Right.
Because I got to see the parishes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
yeah.
got to get on Mario Kart. Like,
Yeah.
do, like literally driving like, do.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You
oh,
okay, Sharetha? I'm fine.
Yes.
A little whiplash, but I'm okay.
You handle it.
But it was a great experience and I wouldn't change it because now when I go back for the other side of things to experience,
Right.
I will appreciate it so much more.
Yeah,
Because the culture down there is so rich and they're so hardworking.
Oh yeah.
And it's like even down to the kids.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, but as far as the islands, I've been to DR.
Yeah.
I'm looking into the Cayman Islands, and the reason about the Cayman Islands is because they have a phenomenal healthcare system.
They do.
And as you know, I am in healthcare.
Yeah.
So if ever I want to relocate somewhere, I would definitely go to Cayman Islands because I got a job.
Well, one of the things you got to keep in mind, there's no mountain. So you stand anywhere on the island and you're looking right at the water. It is that flat. But I wanna make, nice little trivia, just a little challenging for you. Maybe it won't be challenging, but let's see. 2 concerts going on at the same time. Big shows. We got Whitney Houston headlining this show. And we got Tupac headlining this show over here. Who you going to?
West Side. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and
You did that to Whitney?
I love her, but listen. She was an icon and Tupac was an icon because he was revolutionary.
Right.
Even though his deliverance for some people were harsh,
Right.
but it was reality.
Yeah.
He's giving it to you harsh because this is what the reality is.
Right.
He's talking this way because this is how he gets talked to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was the realness. Whitney was real. Whitney was so real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She would tell you quick. They asked her, I remember an interview, they asked her, like, do you think you're in the wrong business? She's like, no, I'm just around the wrong people.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes. But then again, you also have Tupac that'll sit there and tell you, I don't need to be in the church. I don't need to be asking for money from the pulpit to do God's work.
Right.
I don't see any missionary troops in the hood.
I love that.
So for me, it'll be Tupac because he just...
A lot of people look at some of our past activists and they, sometimes try to compare. We're going to use these two. So Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, who you feel was more powerful when it comes to their people?
It depends on the age group you're looking at. And it depends on... For me, I would say it's a draw. And the reason I say that is because I have some Martin in me,
Right.
but then I got some Malcolm X in me too.
Right.
Just
right.
depending on where we at. I'm going to come to you like Martin and I'm going to tell you what I need.
Right.
And I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
But then when you want to give me some resistance,
Right.
I got to come in like Malcolm and I'm going to have to fight for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not, I'm not going to, maybe back in my younger days, I would have went eye for eye, but I ain't going to do it these days. I don't do it these days. But, I'm going to fight you with facts.
Right.
And understanding, because there's been some meetings I sit in and I'm waiting for people to advocate.
Right.
I'm waiting for people to say something that have positions to say anything and no one says anything. So
Right.
Here I go. Oh gosh, here goes Miss Davis.
Yeah.
I have something to say.
Yeah.
And people will be like, why are you even saying that? Because these are the facts. So I
Right.
don't understand why no one else is saying it.
Right. Right. You think You think people fear a lot of what's happening, why they don't want to really advocate for their own peer?
I do, especially here in a small town that we're in. Yes, of course, because everybody knows everybody and everybody runs in their social circles.
Right.
So if you offend one person in that social circle,
Right.
they're going to tell everybody else. So
Right.
now you got this whole group of people that feel some type of way about you when
Right.
they shouldn't even have to.
Right, right.
So when you go against the grain and you stand up for what's right and you let them know, you standing 10 toes on that,
Right.
oh, you're going to have some problems.
Mhm, mhm.
But honey, I'm here for it.
You ready? You ready? I love that.
Yes.
For people that want to get a hold of you, want to contact you, want to find you, what does that look like?
So my website, Roses from Concrete, publicrelations.com. Also, my YouTube page is Roses from Concrete, Public Relations. If you're looking for me, it's Sharetha Davis. So everything's consistent. My Instagram, my LinkedIn, my Facebook. I'm not on Snapchat too much. Usually my Girl Scouts have my Snapchat.
Okay.
So they be on there. That's really about it. But as I'm moving forward to this journey to the crown, I am looking for support for my Girl Scout troop.
Okay.
Because I am going to still bring them, whether it comes out of my pocket or not. I'm
Right.
still going to bring them because it's an opportunity for them to see firsthand
Right.
behind the glitz and glam.
Right.
But actually women in business firsthand. So they can see, like, they just don't have to be a nurse. They don't
Right.
just have to do what they see every day.
Right.
They can be a bioengineer.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They can fly a plane. They can be a pilot.
Right.
They can do
right.
whatever they want to do. They just have to be exposed to it.
Yeah.
So
Wow. So going out, because you've dropped a lot of gems, and I'm so grateful we got a chance to sit down the better way this time.
I even got a cappuccino this time, y'all. He's so good to me today.
We've had some issues, with a lot of people that don't necessarily know how to fully deal with toxic relationships. And this is the going out. I know, I got you guys. What would you say to those individuals that find themselves in a toxic relationship but do not know how to exit?
When you fully understand who you are and your morals and your principles and your vision and your why, you will remove yourself.
Yeah.
I don't care if you've been in a relationship for 10, 12 years and you love that person dearly.
Right.
We outgrow people,
Yeah.
and it's okay to outgrow people. That doesn't mean I love them any less.
Right.
That just means we cannot continue our relationship the way that it was.
Right.
What you needed from someone for the first 5 years, even maybe the first 6 months
Right.
that they were in your life, they may no longer fit what you need moving forward.
Right.
That means you're growing.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you're in a toxic relationship of any sort, whether it be family, whether it be peers, whether it be work, it's because you have outgrown that space.
Right. I love that. You guys heard it. She said it. And I am concurring with that. So with that, guys, I'm excited that you guys got a chance to get the show better.
You hear me?
we
Thumbs up if you hear me. Okay.
we did that. Listen, until our next episode where we have another decorative guest like our beautiful sister here, we'll see you guys again right here in the Yas Club.
Yes. Have a good one.
Thank you, love.
You are welcome. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in and downloading this episode of Stories to Create. We appreciate you being part of this growing community of storytellers and listeners. If today's conversation inspired you, please share the show with friends, family, or anyone who could use a little motivation in their journey. A special thank you to our sponsors, EHAS Organization, Cornell Bunting LLC, and Nostril Cheese Chase for supporting the mission and making this podcast possible. To learn more about our work, upcoming projects, and how you can get involved, be sure to visit www.Hissing Gorge and www.CornellBunting.com. Until next time, keep creating, keep growing, and remember, your story has power.